The Fantastic Boar. Yes, I know that's a highly predictable joke, but someone had to make it. But anyhow, fucking hell, this movie's so bad and boring. And don't tell me that this movie doesn't stay true to the original source material, because I don't care. This reimagining is so bland and lame, more so than the bland and lame and stupid movies that came before this. But this movie, okay, fuck, I don't know what to call it, but whatever, it's a movie barely. Now, I work in a movie theater, and I'm able to see movies for free with one guest for a set period of time. I took my stepfather to see this shit with me. At least I didn't suffer alone. Movies at my place of work normally run for $10. Even though we spent no money on the film, but after seeing it, I felt like this happened. Okay, let's just get into the rest of the review. The movie starts off with some pre-credits along to the sound of children give a career presentation for their class to all see. Yep, my spare ballsack don't get one. Then we're introduced to a child, Reed Richards. And if you don't know, it's one of those brilliant but no one understands him and genius suppressed by the man scenarios.
Okay, come on. Well, even if you could build the thing, which you can.
I've already built it.
Right, well, thank you, Mr. Richards. This is all very interesting. But the assignment was to pick a real career in the real world. Redo the report, and I'll let you try again tomorrow.
So, who else lives here?
Just my mom and stepdad.
They don't care about all this?
They don't understand it.
Even from the
We're
Sahara,
disqualified.
we're not entirely sure
Mr.
where
Richards,
it's from. Yeah.
you're disqualified.
Wait, what?
This is a science fair, not a magic competition. I don't see any real science here, and you're paying for the backboard.
Oh, hello, Homer Simpson. I see that Dan Castellaneta has really lowered her standards on what is acceptable from someone who, I don't know, voice acts.
This is finally really happening. After years of disappointment with get-rich-quick schemes, I know I'm gonna get rich with this scheme.
But one boy in the classroom who looks like a fat Macaulay Culkin is intrigued by Reed's ramblings and befriends him later on in the story.
Hello? Who's in there?
Please don't kill me.
What is this line? But hey, don't worry about that too much, that sorta comes later. Reed then takes Ben to his home to demonstrate his teleporting, sending a toy Mustang to who knows where, and the next scene is pretty much the same, except they bring the object they used back. Riveting. Did we really need to see that again? I'm just sure skipping it entirely would have worked. But hey, a small boy has some choice words for the doofus duo, who are older now.
Kid, I'm really sorry about your plane.
You're a dick.
But Ben and Reed's work attracts some very wanted attention.
I'm sorry, we're from the Baxter Foundation. This is my daughter, Sue.
Hi.
Hey.
We'd like to give you a full scholarship.
Where did you say you're from again?
So after Morgan Freeman wannabe and Who the Fuck Is That discover how to get their plot device working, they give Richards a full ride scholarship to their school. But not Ben. He did, I don't know, something. But nope, fuck him. It's all good, however. He can have all my participation medals that I got when I was young. Then there's a boardroom, and here's a quick summary. Why did you pick this no-name for this? He's special. You're special. Why do you have Doom back on the project? You know he tried to fuck your shit. I don't know, LOL. And then we get a lame introduction to Victor Von Doom. It's very boring. And also, by the way, if you're a fat slob like this guy, or like me, I'm pathetic. But anyhow, if you're a fat slob like this guy, here's some words for you.
Clean yourself up, son.
After that snore, we're treated to the deleting scenes of the Fast and Furious 7. Okay, sorry, that was a lie. The movie is introducing Johnny Storms. He crashes and is sent to the ER. Daddy comes to pick his ass up and he is mad. But Johnny tells him to fuck off.
Johnny, I thought you were turning things around. What is this?
What are you talking about?
This.
My god, this scene makes me really care about these characters. We then come to the plot device called the Quantum Gate that teleports to Dimension Dumb Name. Now that all the important characters are all together under the same roof, it's time for science to happen in a long expedition sequence. Nope! A montage. Not what I was hoping for. I like how some films, TV shows, and hell, even anime sometimes explain their sci-fi to give us some semblance of believability, but no, they take the easy way out. So, after that laziness, Victor, Johnny, and Reed are all hanging out celebrating the project's completion. Also, they're not going to use the gate because the boardroom member said so. I guess that's what happens when you are rewarded for your work. Victor has the booze and shares some with Johnny and an underage Reed, who in the movie is technically 17. Yep. And this further proves that Victor Von Doom is a Banfluence or some shit, I don't know, fuck it. They get wasted enough to get the idea that they should be the first to go to I don't care. However, they want to endanger another soul, Ben. Oh yeah, he's in this movie still. Yeah. He gets to participate again. Yay! I guess he's their underqualified sober driver who's straight edge. So the three guys and underqualified Ben tally to Dimension Fuck. Oh, by the way, how far are we into this movie? Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. But Sue sees a transport happen in a different room and tries to stop it, but it's too late. The guys make it safely, unfortunately, to Planet Stupid, and set out to explore. As they plant their American flag, a strange energy surge...
The energy seems to be converging over there.
Yeah, that. They climb down the cliff to get closer to the pool of goo. Shit goes wrong due to Victor's oddly somewhat sexual attraction to said goo. They clamber up the cliff, Victor falls into his fetish, and the remaining three are bombarded with turds, fire, and Reed's dream for a bigger penis. Sue is also affected. This again ties into the believability argument from before. I may be looking at this too much, but the point of a superhero movie is to have some semblance of said believability. I know I said I didn't care at the start, but I just wanted this out there. To paraphrase Stan Lee, he wanted the Fantastic Four to be rooted in some science, somewhat, and he had the origin story that was somewhat believable. After the accident, the annoying quadruplets are transported to a top-secret facility to be researched and studied in order to help them feel better. Oh, and get this. Guess what the name of the top-secret facility is. Go on, go ahead and guess, I'll give you a moment. Area 51. Nah, I'm just kidding. Area 57. But hey, who cares? Here's Reed quite literally outstretched on a table. He awakes from his coma, makes his way through a ventilation duct network, and ow, ow, ow. Oh man, poor guy. His dick must look like a cylinder with square cuts on it. But at least he could extend it to his wildest of imaginations and choke a bitch with it in a number of ways. But enough of penis jokes, we get to see the thing, and what the fuck is that? Oh man, it looks like something the annoying orange would shit out. In the last two Fantastic Four movies, they used practical effects for the thing, and it looks real. Well, real enough. So Reed vows to return for Ben and escapes. What of the others? Who cares really? Lame and lame. This movie makes a poor attempt to make you care about the storms. It just honestly does. Speaking of characters I don't really care about, Boardroom Guy shows up and convinces Ben to become a living weapon. for the US military. Why is everything trying to copy the concept of the Hulk? A year passes and Reed is still on the run in some Central American country. As to why, he could have just easily hid out, I don't know, somewhere in the ocean. And also, he became a master of disguise somehow. Well, so much for being on the run and the love interest rats on Reed. How nice of her. So Reed is in a containment cell and strikes up a convo with Ben, who now sees him as a deserter.
Does it hurt?
I'm used to it.
I'm sorry.
That's what you said when you left.
I'm going to fix this.
You can't fix this. Nobody can.
I promise you I'm going to fix this.
I stopped believing in your bullshit a long time ago.
How does this line make any sense in the context of the film? The part where Reed is promised to come back? No, that's stupid even then. Doesn't make sense here.
Reed. What? You're insane. Thanks.
Or here.
I need you to come, because we're going tonight. I told the guys that I'm not going without you. Okay? Who's gonna have my back?
Here.
It tastes like coconut.
Bloody fucking damn, the more I think about this line, the more it pisses me off. After that mess of heart garbage, Johnny welcomes back Reed, Sue has brain damage when it comes to the topic, and Dr. Storm is boring as always. Meanwhile, the head of the Government Gentlemen's Club wants to send a crew back to Planet Z, and needs Reed's help. Reed agrees with some resistance. Why? Honestly, the movie never really explains why. It's just all, help us. You didn't say please. Please. Help us. Okie dokie. A crew of throwaway characters teleport to Utah. I mean Planet Z. Actually, I better pronounce it as Planet Z, otherwise a bunch of Brits will get mad at me. And an overly observant Reed says that it looks different.
The landscape's changed.
Yeah, sure, dipshit. No, whatever you say. The actors from the street detect life. Okay, you know what? Fuck explaining it. It's Victor Von fucking Doom. It's Doom, I tell you! It's Doom! How can you not even figure this out? It's barely even foreshadowed, and you could see this from coming from a mile away. It's just, the movie just wants to think that you're stupid and who it might be, or what this life might be. It's Victor Von Doom, the villain in the movie. God, this movie is so bad when it comes to any sort of foreshadowing or story building. You automatically know who it's going to be. Okay? Plain and simple. They bring Victor back and try to nurse him back to health. But his emo kicks in, and he sets out to the teleporter to open a black hole to shove the herb into space sodomy. Standing in his way, however, is Dr. Storm. He tells him not to be emo. Doom bakes his face. He needlessly dies, and no one, including his own kids, well, really, it's really the stilted acting that really shows it off, doesn't really give a single conceivable fuck. Hey guys, I need you to look like you care, but I don't blame you since you never really cared in this movie. Until the check clears for the two of you that you get, yeah, I need you to look like you care. Okay, you know what, that's good enough. Now, the climax of the film is not the worst part of the film, but it happens to be a very disappointing payoff for what is already a dull, lifeless, bore fest of a movie. And it's a bit unfortunate, actually, because it's actually quite good. The fantastic twits return to the worst name for a place to battle said Doom. The fight scene is only worth it because of Doom, really. He may look like an enemy from Metro Last Light, but still the best part of the fight. Except when he deals with the thing whom you think would just punch his way out. Yeah, come on, Ben, you're the thing. You could break out of that hunk of rocks. After all, you're a hunk of rocks. Doom fucks Reed's shit, and he ends up sprawled out on the ground like a half-melted ice cream cone. However, he finds the strength to pull himself together long enough to distract Doom so Thing could spout out his dumb catchphrase and punch him into the black hole.
Clobbering time!
This causes it to collapse somehow. Sue, fulfilling her contribution to the plot, flies Ben and Reed to safety. Yeah, don't worry about Human Torch. He doesn't really add too much to the fight. They are later granted independence from not Area 51 and given the Baxter Foundation from Dr. Storm's will. As they overlook their new place, they tease a sequel and credits. Worst sequel tease ever. Okay. After seeing all of that, I can't help but think of the first two Fantastic Four movies. Now, the first two movies were bad in their own way, but they were nothing like this shit stain. The acting in this one was stilted, dull, the story was weak, and there's not enough focus on the characters that really matter to those that are, well, you know, the ones that are front and center on the DVD cover. All in all, it fails. It's a movie, yet it fails. Which leads me to an arbitrary rating system. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. This movie could have been so much better if the main focus was not Mr. Fantastic. If they made the movie more about the interactions between the four main characters that are, again, front and center on the fucking DVD cover, then yeah, I would completely like this movie a little bit more. It could still fail miserably, a little bit like the... Oh, what one was bad? Oh, the first Fantastic Four movie that came out with Jessica Alba. And also the interactions with the villain and how they were all a tight-knit group. This doesn't really show anything other than, well, they're just kids that are really smart and come together and somehow to build a teleporter to Utah. Pretty much. This movie just takes itself too seriously by adding in too much to the story. If you want to see a better movie, well, not by much, honestly, but still better than this one, just see the first two iterations. And with that being said, shut up and stay happy.